Loss update, 85-pound Mounjaro weight loss and Zepbound weight loss update. We're doing a little series called Pillow Talk. Just kidding, we're not doing a series called that. I'm just really tired and I'm on travel, and I wanted to talk to y'all about what I have learned this week on my Mounjaro weight loss journey. Every week I'm learning. This has been 15 months of being on Mounjaro, and because of the shortage, now on Zepbound. What I've learned, a couple of things. One, my birthday was this week, and I did my shot the day before my birthday, which I didn't think anything of. I wasn't going to switch my shot date because of my birthday. Well, I had the back of my arm for me is the most potent, most appetite suppression, and the most side effects for me. And this is why I always encourage you guys to track your results of out of the 3 shot locations, your upper thigh, near your belly button, and of course where Eli Lilly tells us in the purple diagram. And then also in the back of your arm, and the back of my arm for me is really, really potent. Y'all, that was a mistake. For me, my stomach is the least potent, and where I don't seem to have very much appetite suppression, and I don't really feel the shot, so to speak, throughout the week. Like I don't really get that many results from my stomach. I don't know, and we've talked about this before, if it's because I have so much scarring now because of stretch marks. If that's why, I don't know. That's my hypothesis of it's gotten progressively where I don't feel very much, and I have a tremendous amount of scarring and stretch marks on my stomach. If that's maybe, I don't know. I don't know if that's the answer or not, but I digress. With doing my injection in the back of my arm for my birthday, I was so full. Literally, for my birthday, I didn't eat until 5 o'clock that night for dinner. I just was not, this hair is driving me crazy. Was not hungry. I was not hungry at all, and I didn't eat. And I wished on my birthday I had done my stomach, because I would have eaten more. Like, we got a birthday cake, and I wanted to eat the yummy foods. We had, I wasn't hungry, and so I wasn't going to make myself eat. I had some cake, a little bit, and I had a little bit of dinner, but really that's all I had. And it was so much appetite suppression. I was bummed, because I really wanted to like enjoy and savor, and I did not. So that was the first thing I learned this week for my birthday, because this is like the second birthday I've been on Mounjaro, that if I had to do it again, I would do it in the least potent spot, which for me is my stomach. I wish I had done that, so I could have had a little bit more birthday. Like I just didn't eat very much. I had a meal, if that, and a piece of birthday cake, and I was so full. So full. So if I could go back to do it again, I would not. I would do it in a different injection. That was one of the things that I learned this week. Next thing that I learned this week, and I did another episode on it, was about the sleep apnea component of really how much, when I think about it, how much Mounjaro and Zepbound has helped me with my snoring. I did that whole episode about how Mounjaro or GLP-1 medications have helped significantly people with obstructive sleep apnea. And after I did that episode, it got me thinking about my own sleep and my own snoring, and I was a horrible snorer. And then not to be snoring like that, oh my goodness, what a gift. What a gift. And that literally was like a byproduct of I wasn't expecting that with starting Mounjaro and Zepbound. And so that's been super, super interesting for me, of what I learned this week too, of like, I'm getting more restful sleep because I'm not obstructing myself like that, that kind of sleep of where this obstructive sleep apnea. I was supposed to have a sleep study, and I just didn't do it. And how grateful I am that I didn't think that my sleep would be this much affected as a result of taking Mounjaro and taking Zepbound, and like what a huge, huge gift that was. Third thing I learned this week is I am so much more physically active and physically fit being on Mounjaro the last 15 plus months. Obviously, losing 85 pounds, I would be active, but like running around with my kid, we're on travel right now, running around with my kid and he's 8 and he's a ball full of energy, his high cadence and rhythm, that I can hang with that, so to speak. That this time last year, even having been on Mounjaro, but this time last year, another year later, it's crazy how much I can keep up with him. And what a gift that is. Like, what a gift that is, that I can run around with him. And it's more so running around of like, I'm less winded. I can go run with him longer. I mean, I still got tired today, y'all. Like, that's why I'm in my bed, because I've been running for like hours, plural, but it was hours, plural, as opposed to like 10 minutes of being like, okay, I'm tired. Like I was out there, I was active for hours. And that is new for me. Like this is a whole new level of non-scale victories. Like, and that's where I want to encourage you too. Of we've got to celebrate the non-scaled victories along this way, because the scale's not always going to necessarily move. And so when I have these non-scale victories, like being able to run with my kid for hours without getting winded, eventually I did. And I was like, okay, I've hit my limit. But being able to celebrate that victory of I did this, I was able to run around, I was able to move, I was able to get out there, I was able to be physically active. And the other part of that too is I'm getting better and better every day. Of that this time next year, I think I'll even be further along than where I am right now, right? Because I still probably have realistically to get to my healthy BMI another 30 or 40 pounds. And dropping that weight, I know that's going to happen for me. I know that's going to happen for me. That's another thing that this week that I've figured out that I really want to celebrate and embrace my non-scale victories, because there's quite a few. If I look in a given day, there truly are. And for you, I bet if you look too, you'll find more non-scale victories, and that gratitude, camping out in that gratitude of this is the best time to be alive. And I am doing this video right now, and I just got a text message that my Zepbound is ready from my pharmacy. Excuse me, one second. So I'm on travel, and my prescription, I just got a text message from my pharmacy, even as a result of the Mounjaro shortage and Zepbound shortage. My pharmacy has my Zepbound for me to pick up. Many of you guys know I was going to do compound. If I couldn't get it this month, I was not going to run around. I was going to do Join Fridays, use the code QUEEN. I was not going to run around and chase it this month. I was like, if it happens, great for the brand name. If it doesn't, I'm going to get Join Fridays. I'm in the queue to get the compound. So I'm not gonna, like, I'm just not. Anyways, they had it, they just texted me. But it said in the text message, I need to pick it up in the next few days. And I'm on travel. I called them and I'm like, do not give away this prescription. I'm coming to get it. I wish I could go get it right now. You guys know I always tell you guys, as soon as you get the text message for me, I immediately go. I stop what I'm doing, so there's no ifs, ands, or buts that I could get given away. I'm just not able to do that right now. And I don't have, like, I can't send my husband to go get it for me or whatever. So fingers crossed they'll have it in the next couple of days when I'm able to go pick it up after I'm back from travel. But I'm not messing. Like, I'm not messing. And if it doesn't happen, that's also fine too. I've kind of come to peace with it, that I'm just not going to fight this. And there's things I can change and things I can't change, and the wisdom to know the difference. And I don't know about you guys, but I've needed this pep talk of like, I'm not going to stress out over this. I'm going to get my medication. It's all going to work itself out for the highest good. It's all going to be fine. Me fighting and stressing about it is not going to change this shortage. And so I just need to roll with it. And that, thank goodness, there's Join Friday compound option available, which, by the way, many of you guys have asked me what happens when there's not an FDA shortage for Mounjaro and there's not an FDA shortage for Zepbound and you're on a compound. And that's how you're affording this right now, is because you're on a compound. I don't know about WEGOVY and Ozempic being on shortage, FDA shortage. I have not really heard, and this is where I need to do better research, and so feel free to correct me in the comments, because you guys know I want to be factually accurate. I don't think WEGOVY is going off shortage anytime soon, so that may be another option for you to swing to, which is a semi-glutide. TIRZEPATIDE is Mounjaro and Zepbound, the active ingredient, and that's the compound name. We're like, what's the different, like, compound of TIRZEPATIDE and semi-glutide? And I'm saying that wrong. You guys were correcting me. I'm mispronouncing that. TIRZEPATIDE. I keep saying Terra. It's not Terra, it's TIRZEPATIDE. So forgive me for mispronunciation of that. Yeah, I'm tired. I'm partially tired too, by the way, because I had my shot, and within the first 24 to 36, sometimes 48 hours, but usually 24 to 36, I get tired. I have to do this. I literally, like, this is me with my Mounjaro fatigue and Zepbound fatigue of I have to lay down during the day and give myself the grace to lay down. With Mounjaro 15 milligrams, I can't bebop around like, I just can't. And when I do, if I try to push past a certain point or have more coffee or whatever, like I tried to have an espresso today and a Diet Coke, I've just over caffeinated myself, but I'm still really tired. So my sweet husband, the Count, my hot husband, is taking the Duke out to go play so I can chill and I can rest and recoup. My intention today is to go for another 2-mile walk. I've already walked several miles today with the Duke, and really on travel with my family of being way more physically active. I never was like this. And I got to go on a trip when I went to Oprah. The person I went with is Dr. Neiman. She's amazing. She's absolutely, she's fantastic. If you guys don't follow her on social media, you should. Like on her YouTube is Dr. Lynn Neiman, and she is the founder, owner, and operator. She's a board certified anesthesiologist of Blossom Medical, smart cookie, board certified anesthesiologist. I am not that smart. She's like brilliant. Anyways, when we went to Oprah, we're talking about working out. And like that was her question to me. It was like, okay, so I'm gonna go work out. Do you wanna come with me? And I never would have thought to do that while I was at the Oprah, like traveling. Never has crossed my mind of like, okay, well, where's the gym at the hotel? And it was very eye-opening for me because she's super physically fit. I'm like, oh, is this what you do when you travel? Like you just work out and you build that in? And she's like, yeah. And for me, it was such a learning moment. I felt like the biggest idiot, but I was like, is this what you do? She's like, yes. And so in the morning before I went to Oprah, she's like, do you want to go for a nice 30-minute walk? And we walked down Rodeo Drive and just like fast walked. She's like, I need to get physical exercise. And I'm like, I need to start incorporating this more into my life. So it's been really cool while I've been on travel and just in general, I'm really focusing in on that. It's like, oh, this is what physically active people do is they move their bodies every day. They work out in some capacity, either going to the gym or being intentional about walking. And so that's been super, super helpful for me on this trip of how I'm going to move more. Now for lunch, because I just had my shot 24 hours ago, I had fish. There was mahi-mahi and I had a salad. And I left, there was, it like came with a roll. I left the roll. They had croutons. I left the croutons. And then my son had some french fries and I had a couple french fries. And that's, I didn't have breakfast. I had coffee. I had water. That's basically all I've had today. And we'll have dinner here in a little bit and that'll be about it. For dinner, I'll probably have some fish and some salad. And I'm like, who is this person? Like even this time last year, I didn't live like this. And it's so exciting and encouraging to see these amazing, fabulous changes that have happened as a result of GLP-1 medication. So I want to encourage you guys today. We always here at Countess of Shopping, we talk about what are we going to do? We're not just talkers, like what are we going to do? What's our action points? So my action points are focusing in on body movement. That's my main thing, body movement right now. And listening to my body more. Like my body's telling me right now to go take a nap, so I'm going to go take a nap. What are your action? This is how we hold each other accountable. What are your action items? And for me, I'm going to also make sure that my pharmacy, that when I go pick up my prescription, like I'm going to call them and be like, please don't give away my prescription. I told them to leave a note on it. I'm like, don't let anyone take it. But I guess apparently, so I had called in advance. I told you guys to do this. If I call a couple days in advance, see what the stock is, and like, oh, we do have it in stock. And I'm like, okay, can I put it? I can't come pick it up for a couple of days. Can I go ahead and have it? And they did. So FYI, I don't know if that's helpful for you or not, but that was just calling a couple days in advance and seeing, and they happened to randomly have a box. It was crazy, by the way. I was not expecting that. So this month, I'll confirm with you guys if I do secure the bag, so to speak. But if I don't, I'm just going to go to Join Fridays, use the code QUEEN, QUEEN. It's in the description link too. I'm going to do that. One other thing, you guys had asked me more about my water system. I've linked down below on my Amazon Mounjaro shopping list my water bottle holders that I have, and that's where I put my lids and my cups, and making sure that that's part of that. It becomes routine where it's not a thought process that it's even a system, it's just what I do. And so someone was asking about that. If that doesn't explain it more, let me know. But I want to encourage you, do you have a water system? Because you're not going to eat as much. I'll use my I statements. I don't eat as much. And so therefore substituting it with water and with my LMNT electrolytes. I love LMNT electrolytes. They've been very generous to give us 8 free sticks. I'll also link that down below. I do not buy LMNT on Amazon. I buy it directly from the vendor intentionally. There's something very exciting. I've got early access, and I can't tell you guys, I hate being that jerk that's like, oh, I can't tell you what it is right now. Something so cool is happening with LMNT. You're going to want to stay tuned. It's rad. And if you know me, you know one of my favorite beverages is, and that's all I'm going to say about it. That's all I'm going to say about it. There was one other thing I wanted to tell you guys. Oh, my magnesium last night. I took it here with me on travel. It was so helpful to fall asleep last night. Like, I hadn't been taking it. I've been looking at the dosing on that too, by the way. 2 pills on the bottle. It says to take 2 pills as a certain dose. Check with your healthcare provider too before you take any sort of supplements. I had paused on my magnesium for 2 days. because of the dosing on that, I'm looking to see, and I want to check with my own healthcare provider too. So just a hot topic on that too, of the magnesium I'm obsessed with. I've linked down in the description link below. And again, I also don't buy any sort of supplements on Amazon. I buy everything on Amazon. I'm obsessed with Amazon except for supplements, and I buy those directly from the vendor. So, and I do have a discount code for the magnesium. I used that last night. Plus, they have a sleep breakthrough. It was glorious. I was tired, but I needed, like, I don't know, when I travel, I get wound up. And so to help just calm it down, it was very helpful. So, which the irony now is I'm so tired, I'm like, but what are you doing today to move you closer to your goals? Emojis. Today's emoji is going to be a palm tree. Today's emoji, and that's going to tell me that you made it this far in the video. It does twofold. One, it helps me to get to know you better. And two, by seeing the palm tree, I will pray over you. If you don't believe in prayer, I will uplift you in positive thoughts. And I'll be thinking about you. But it helps me to get to know you better. There's thousands of you, there's one of me, but it helps me to get to know you better. So today's emoji is a palm tree. And number two, I want to know, what action item are you doing to move you closer to your goal? That's it for this edition. Travel edition. I've been traveling so much. I travel again next week. Work has been crazy with travel, which has been good, but I'm going to go take a little nappy nap before my family comes back, and then before it gets loud in here. But I'm really, really grateful. By the way, you guys were so sweet for my birthday. Thank you so much for the nice, kind wishes. You guys were you made me feel so loved. So thank you. Be kind to yourself, be kind to others. I'm Countess of Chef, and count my blessings, because life is delicious. See you next time. Bye, guys.